So instead of starting this show off this week with the new World Heavyweight Champion Chris Sabin, we opened up instead with the main event Mafia, who opened up the show to introduce Chris Sabin to a rather good reaction. And as these six guys in the ring, I don't know about you, NJ, but I was just thinking to myself, how in the blue hell is Chris Sabin the world champion? Of all these six guys in the ring, you had main event Mafia and Sabin. I was like, Sabin is the one holding the belt. To me, that just reeks of stupidity and desperation by a desperate company.
But right now, the way I'm looking at this is the Kurt Angle especially and Sting all saying that they promise that Buddy Ray will lose his championship, so it makes sense that they're all going to go in an 8-8 storyline, so someone will have to go after Buddy Ray. So I think for them to introduce Chris Sabin, the guy that became the World Champion, made sense for the opener.
And we had Bully Ray coming out with this attorney bloke to file a lawsuit against Impact Wrestling for some reason which we never really found out the reason for. And we had the whole hook of the evening was Sabin had until the end of the night to give the belt back for some unknown reason that we didn't really know about.
And I think, as I say, John Laurinaitis has a bad voice, but I didn't understand what this attorney was saying. I was like, repeat that again, please. It was just hard to understand.
There was a lot of people on Twitter that were saying he looked like Kevin Nash. But yeah, I mean, again, I can't get behind this decision with making Chris Sabin the champion. And then you're having Bully Ray, who's the leader of this biker gang, have to use an attorney to try and get his belt back. I mean, this is why people don't take this is why people don't take these kind of characters seriously in wrestling. I'm just saying. After this, we had the X Division Championship match, the Ultimate X match, which was built up from last week with the three qualifiers. Sonjay Dutt versus Manic versus Trent Beretta. I don't want to call him by his TNA name because it's stupid. I don't understand why TNA are even pushing Trent Beretta. But like I said in my review last week, I really didn't. I felt this was a weak X Division title match. There's no one really there who I really actually wanted to win this match. At least two of the guys got interviews this week as opposed to last week when there was barely any interviews. And the new X Division Championship just looks as ugly as fuck. It does. It looks ugly as hell.
Well, as much as I do like to give new talent a chance, these three, apart from Dutt, really got my interest, and that kind of faded away. Kenny King, I don't know where the hell's happened to his push and momentum. That's gone. As for the championship, yeah, it just looked like a big crack, It's just horrible. I don't know why they changed it to something so small.
Yeah, Manic wins. Yay, I guess. Manic. TJ Perkins! My God. Mr. Anderson versus Hernandez in the BFG Series match. Mr. Anderson gets the victory. I think that's the right way. I don't think Hernandez should really be beating a Mr. Anderson anyway. I really don't. Especially after that whole backstage segment they did with Bully Ray saying to Mr. Anderson, you need to do well in the BFG Series, etc. So it made sense to give him the win here, even though I really didn't care all that much about the match, really. Gail Kim versus Mickie James in a Knockout Championship match with Velvet Sky at ringside. I would have been more into this match. I just didn't really know who we were supposed to root for here. You've got the heel Gail Kim and the heel Mickie James.
Going into this, I was way behind Mickie James because I'm liking the fact that she's back in the title picture. She's a heel now, so everything's going to be favouring her. But when Velvet Sky came out kind of promo saying about the championship run and all this, I was just like, is there not really anyone else, other knockouts, that could be involved in this somehow to happen to bring Velvet Sky into the picture?
Just bring in Taryn Terrell. That'll be an interesting match, TNA. I'm hoping that's what they're doing at Bound for Glory. I really do. Mickie James retains after Gail Kim gets in the face of ODB. They kind of teased an ODB-Gail Kim feud. Yeah. Fucking... if there was anything that was saying how stale the knockouts are, it's ODB and Gail Kim again, even though Mickie James and Taryn Terrell could be a good match down the line. But still, the Knockouts division kind of reeks of staleness a little bit. Samoa Joe versus Christopher Daniels in a BFT Series match. This wasn't a bad match. This was pretty decent. You had Anderson's distraction allowed Daniels to get the win after two best moves on server. That's really more to forward on the Ace and Ace versus Main Event Mafia storyline, really.
Even though I wouldn't really believe, because most match it looked like Samoa Joe. It was a good match, but Samoa Joe I thought was going to get the win here. But I like how they got Anderson's involvement because he's going against the Main Event Mafia to give Christopher Daniels the win.
Apparently, also, we're going to be able to choose our BFG Series matches online. That should be interesting to see what the fans want to see. Yeah, that'll be cool. AJ Styles versus Jeff Hardy in the BFG series. There was 3 BFG series matches tonight. This was touted as like a dream match. I could see why they'd say this. AJ Styles is Mr. TNA. Jeff Hardy is a top babyface in TNA, so that does make sense. And this is one of the matches that I'd care more about if the BFG series to me just wasn't dull.
That's the thing. So when it comes into the Bound Glory series, the collection of wrestlers, I was expecting more from them in this build-up, but you've probably got the two of the best in this match against each other. It wasn't a bad match, so I think for them to give us this on TNA was good.
So yeah, I mean, I thought this was a good match. I mean, you put these two up against you. They gave them plenty of time. It was fine. And Jeff Hardy ends up tapping to AJ, so 10 points to AJ. He's on 22 points total now. So I think either guy could have won this. I think AJ needed to win a little bit more. As I think AJ's character has really been on a digressive path lately as well. He started off really hot, and ever since the BFG series, his character has just kind of gone a bit meh, really.
It seems to be a big trend in TNA. James Storm, Kenny King, now you've got
Matt Morgan,
AJ Styles. It just seems to be a TNA thing. You give guys looks like there's going to be a push, then all of a sudden, oh, let's not do this anymore.
He's released like D'Lo Brown and all those other people that were released, and Jesse Sorensen as well, which is a bit of a sad one, but that's business for you, I'm afraid. We had the main event. This whole Bully Ray lawsuit thing in the main event. I really didn't see why TNA had to give into this lawsuit, and Hulk Hogan sure as fuck didn't give into this lawsuit. Because Sabin hit Bully Ray in the head with the hammer, that means Bully Ray can sue, even though he's done that many times. I guess it's just because he's a heel.
When it comes to Bully Ray's promos, I give him a lot of credit, but this particular one, I'm sorry. The stuff he was coming out with, yes, it may have been counted as a heel promo, but I didn't think it was one of his best, one of his strongest. And then you have Chris Sabin talking back to Bully Ray. That was okay because it's him standing up to the champion, or the ex-champion in this case, but I didn't think it was that good. Hogan ripping up the contract. That, after the whole build-up, it comes to just ripping up and, I don't know, it just didn't feel good enough for me.
Bully Ray and Sabin is going to be in the title, in the cage match for the title at Hardcore Justice, and a kind of special impact sort of pay-per-view like they did with the Destination X thing on August 15th. That should be a decent. I just hope the fuck they get the belt off Sabin. I don't understand why Chris Sabin is the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. I really don't. I mean, I know the fans might like him, but come on, this guy is not a World Heavyweight Champion, guys. Maybe in ROH.
Well, people, the thing I want to say about Hogan's final speech was, we're going to use the cage to keep the Ace and Eights out. What happened to Jeff Hardy? Yeah, that's the point I was going to get to, because the fact they were using the cage, like Hogan had all these bright ideas to make this match out Main Event Mafia, out Ace and Eights, and just a match. Last time, that's when Bully Ray won it. It's the same thing going to happen again. We'll just have to see.
Oh, by the way, next week there's going to be I believe a World Championship match, or a match between Chris Sabin and Manic. Yeah, I'm really fucking looking forward to that one. Anyway, what are your thoughts on this show overall, NJ?
I really don't feel this. The matches weren't that bad. I give the matches credit, but I just don't feel the entertainment on the show.
Yeah, I mean the wrestling was generally pretty good. The whole Bully Ray lawsuit angle, I was a bit like, oh, come on, what's for the particular with this? The X Division match, I really wasn't too interested in, despite being a good. So there was some good wrestling on this show, no doubt. There was some good wrestling. I would probably have rated the show a little bit higher if I cared more about the BFG series, which I'm just finding very hard to care about right now. And I just felt it just ended up being a sort of okay, wasn't necessarily a bad show, wasn't necessarily a good show, in my opinion. And I do hope they hype up to Hardcore Justice on August 15th just as much as they did to Destination X. We've got a main event match now. Let's build some other maybe hardcore BFG series matches or something like that. I don't know.
Well, the thing that I felt was missing was you had it all focusing on Bully Ray, and I think the Ace and Eights are going to weaken Bully Ray's strong heel character. The thing that I felt was missing was the whole more Ace and Eights and Main Event Mafia, because they attacked each other last week, I think it was. Attacked angle, threat angle. This week, they didn't really follow up on that. It was more about Bully Ray, so I felt that was missing.
Oh, thank God. I just want the TNA story to die. It's really killing my enjoyment of TNA. It's been doing that for the last year almost. So, yeah, anyway, leave us your thoughts on this show down in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching from us, the British Fest.
Ka-ching.
Mr. Parkin here and NJ here.
What's up?
And I'm very tired. I really want to go to bed. So I'm going to say thank you very much for watching and bye.